Well, Guido, what are you doing here?
Here, just cleaning up the shelter a bit, because today we're going camping and fishing at the lathe.
Let's see if fishing at sunset changes the bite. We brought guts, chicken, and we'll try salami too. And it comes back. We're anxiously waiting for the sun to go down. It's still very high. We're putting the bread there and wrapping it in foil. We've never tried this, so let's see what happens. The sunset is beautiful, sunny, and calm. Guido is setting up the equipment. Soon, we'll play the game to start gathering firewood and make stuffed bread wrapped in aluminum foil. We haven't done it like this before, so we don't really know how it's going to turn out.
We're hungry. Hope it's good.
Whatever happens, this is what we brought to eat until tonight, so, well... Obviously, we left the jacket on because of the bugs and snakes. I totally forgot about the mate. Here's the bait. Chicken guts. They've been used on several fishing trips, so they're in questionable shape, but oh well. A state that's going to be good for catching catfish at night, when evening falls. Guido's heading out with the reels to prep the gear. First, we'll prepare the gear, bait the hooks, walk over, and cast. After we do that, we'll come back to the shelter, build the campfire, and get the bread ready. And we focus on that. Let's see what happens during the camp. Look, I think it turned out well. It just needs a bit more reinforcement. We'd have to find a good stick here with a fork, so it can support the weight on this side. And that way we can reinforce the whole back part with more logs. If we don't reinforce here first, adding more weight might cause everything to collapse. And we were looking here, we can easily set up something like a dining area here, some benches, you see? Stand down here and put things here to clean the fish, for example, or to get something ready for fishing. Yeah, look at the shore. We have a nice wide space here to move around, obviously being careful, but it looks good. The aluminum foil. We're going to use a sliding float to fish today, the same one from the last fishing trip. And we're going to use a Korean rig. They're lethal, with chicken gut. Here's San Pedro. Today I sharpened the little knife. And for later, do we have something to share with you? An amazing product that was sent to us from another country. And it's going to benefit you all as well. All right, this little bait is going on the buoy. Who knows, maybe a taro, a buoy that's out there, hungry. All right. Salami's always good bait. This one isn't that solid, but let's leave it there to see if there's a bite. Anyway, we've got more over here. In the previous fishing trip, before I left, I went further ahead. I saw some guys arrive around 5:30, and soon after, they caught some. That's when I realized they came at that time because they'd figured out the best time to catch them. So, well, today we came at this time to fish at sunset, at night. And above all, well, I was testing the shelter there. Let's see how it works. We chose to drop the buoy here. Obviously, we don't have to give it too much line, because the river flows, and it could get tangled down here with some root. And Guido, how's that going? This feels pretty strong. I hope the catfish feel it too, because here it feels good. Heavy. There must be a little catfish waiting there, waiting for a snack, almost a late-night meal. Let's take advantage of the firewood that other fishermen have left there for us. We must have, at most, half an hour of daylight left, but it's always the last 15 minutes of light. Actually, there's more you can't see than you can, especially as night falls, and visibility decreases. Look at this bread here. It's filled with cheese and salami. Has it risen even more? We're going to have to use the small grill, so while Guido keeps making some little logs over there, we're going to go get the small grill. This grill has saved us countless times. This is to start the fire. And in here, the lighter. The bread rose so much it's becoming a hassle, especially with the paper from the Chinese store. Look, it's even trickier now. It's starting to fall apart. Let's cut here and finish from the other side later. The bread looks like a mummy, but we did our best. Look, there's absolutely no light left. So, while we put it on the grill, let's go get what we came to show you today. Leave it over here. Let it heat up since we'll put it over the coals. But Guido, who we'll be tasting today, isn't here yet. Look at this miner's flashlight that they sent us from Boobin. We're going to show you its features soon, and most importantly, we're going to test it out, tonight, right here in the garden. Manuel from Impeccable Survival. Look, do you want to take it out or not? I've already been testing it at home, checking it out a bit. It's beautiful, super compact, 1,800 lumens. Just imagine, that's a lot for something like this. And we have the included charger. Here, we'll show it to you. The quality of this is impressive, guys. It's all metal. Guido, how do you use it with the headband?
Easy. We grab the flashlight, it has to be on the outside obviously, and it always has to stick out a bit from here. And look, it also has the function of rotating. So you can adjust it however you like.
Very practical and comfortable. We'll be testing it soon. Well, besides the clip it also has a magnetic base. Look, you can store it on any metal surface. With the clip, you can attach it to your backpack or clothes and wherever's comfortable. It's not even night yet, and Guido and I are already cold. Honestly, I don't know. It's going to be really tough. Here in this forest, on top of that, it's full of trees. But this will protect us from the frost. Although obviously we have the fire, but it's going to come. You can tell it's going to be a cool night. Guido and I realize that the wind is coming from over there. Therefore, this door is what's making us feel cold. We're using this vine that was left over from the last time I went looking for things. We're going to try to close up here. We're going to look for something, and we're going to try to block it as best as we can. We'll probably find a bush or something, but we're going to have to close it off somehow. Because no, we're not going to withstand so much cold. Raga's heading that way. It's just that this part is drier, you see? Yeah.
There it is, there it is.
Cold, man. Of course, it's tough, buddy. It's tough.
That's good there. And then we wrap the other part up just as well, right?
Pass a little more, a little more. What?
Happens if there's another one.
Face? No? There it goes. It's stuck. We're going to cross this forked stick, which will assist us. Put it on top of the branch. One of the many trees that has fallen victim to the river's constant rising and falling. It makes all the ravines erode faster because the water rises and suddenly drops. Look at how the trees end up. Fishing is tough along this coast. We moved here because there are many snags, roots, and trees. In fact, during the previous fishing trip, I lost the cast net thanks to a stick. Imagine that. Well, we found some reeds that are here. I think this will help us block the wind because we'll be able to stick poles through and close it up while there. Night is coming and we still haven't been able to close the shelter. I think we can get some good sticks here. With leaves. Look, what a good place too. Well, I think not this is going to work. First, we're going to block it with some sticks like this, and then we'll put this on top. Well, Guido, what did you just use there for? To block it?
I put 2 forks so they hold on to what's on the roof, and here they go in the middle to provide more support. And now we're going to throw some branches and sticks on it later, so it gets more solid. Mainly, the branches can't support themselves. What if the wind blows them away?
Right, so it doesn't just serve to block the area, but also to reinforce it. Great, just a few more sticks and it's done. That's true, the entrance here is going to be pretty tight. Look, it's precarious. Why? Because we have the fire here, but this fire is mild, just to hold the bread, to make it calmly. But when night falls, that fire won't be enough for us. I think we're going to need a bit more. So let's see how we manage with that. Look, you could say the sun has already set, so we only have a few minutes of light left. Well, this is the view we have with Guido. Let's take the opportunity to chat with you all here. This last week and a half, the fishing has been extremely slow. The days are getting longer and it's not as cold during the day anymore. I think that whole combination of things makes the fish not bite. When they do bite, it's without much enthusiasm as we get few strikes. They don't get hooked, so I invite you to tell us if you've been out fishing. If the situation is the same where you are, here, Payure, let's say with Guido, we've tried with different baits and not a single one.
But in the city itself, it's like nobody caught anything, like very few. Many say it's because of the storm surge, because of the issue with so much wind. It's been months with so much wind. It quickly passes and returns to the sea.
That's a good point. I don't know if anyone has that knowledge, but I've heard it too. According to the substrata, we all know wind greatly affects fishing. But regarding each place, it's impressive how you can hear the background noise. All the animals, the birds, are coming to the place. You can hear trucks in the background, which makes it hard to hear the ambient sound clearly. But when the sun goes down more, we'll be walking around with the flashlight and we'll be putting it to the test. Let's go with the first mate. And the bread to kabachi. Honestly, we don't know if it's really burnt, if it's really raw. We have no idea, but before...
We poked it and it seemed fine.
And it's getting there. It's
Been 2 hours that it's
there. Well, we have a good sign here. We're seeing a golden color. Let's keep the ashes from falling off so they're visible. Those breads, I don't know if you've seen the video where they throw it on the floor and roll it around. I don't know, but I wouldn't eat it. But if you've seen it, I think they even bury it and everything.
Yeah, they put it in the ashes.
Of course, but they hide it, yes.
Yes, I think they're pies.
Look, isn't this amazing? All right, let's go ahead and lift it up and set it down. On the board, Guido, if you have the board handy, bro. Whoa, the stern, there it goes. Hey! It's going outside, okay? Guido says it smells delicious, and he's wanted to eat it since I put it there. I think he's really hungry. Yeah, look, even the cheese, Guido. I'll give you the cheese. Ha!
It was the little cheese.
So, well, let's do the trial by fire. Hey.
The tasting. Dad, you look hungry over here. No.
We left the other one here so it doesn't lose heat, so, well, let's taste it. Guido, your moment has arrived. You...
No, it's really good.
You can tell by the lingering heat. Look. It's amazing. Honestly, it exceeded expectations. Really, really good. It was worth it. Aren't you waiting? Well, friends, now we've got full stomachs, we've got energy, and we're going to go test the flashlight in the middle of the forest. We left the fire half lit for when we return. It won't leave us in complete darkness. So, well, let's see how the flashlight works. All right, we're starting the tour. Guido's going ahead with the flashlight. Turned on, which is in the normal mode. Imagine, now Guido's going to do a demonstration. He's going to switch from that mode to the mode power. Look, the change is huge. Step back, Guido. Look, it's impressive. Look at the trees clearly. If we go quietly, we can find many birds sleeping. We are sleeping quietly because we want to show you the cormorants and the herons and the number of sleeping birds. Ah, but those doves are too small to nest here. We need to check the riverbank instead. There's still mud from the last rains. Imagine the place is so enclosed that very little sunlight gets in. And that's considering we're in winter, the middle of winter. In summer, this will be a forest. Amazing. In spring, in 2 months, when this takes off, it will get dense. Thanks to nature, everything will be really thick. It's going to be impressive. We'll go through the sugarcane and take a little, just in case. A salami, the sugarcane. The streepa was left up ahead. Friends, you could say it's good news because they didn't have any bait and I just cast. And I think the little bites were recorded. I renewed it for him with the salmon. And over there we have the cane with tripe. Now we're going to check that one. Let's see how it is.
Sandy is renewing the bait. Because did they eat everything today? Additionally, you can see several small holes because when I was bringing, it seemed like it wanted to get stuck. This has such a wonderful aroma. There must be some small catfish or something, I think so. Besides, just imagine, it's actually a good thing that at least the 2 rods have been stripped. Exactly. Because sometimes they don't even touch the bait.
The day.
All day with nothing bait untouched, nothing else.
Exactly, look.
You can't really see much.
It looks like
it's beautiful here.
I did a great throw. We're getting some subtle bites. Good, just alone. First little fish of the night, week, and maybe even the month. I told you I tried to get bites. Come on, bring it up, Mancholito. I think it's Mancholito Santi. Look, how long has it been since we last went fishing? Santi Bueno, this one is dedicated to the audience. Obviously, you don't always catch more at this time of year, and they're still there anyway. We're going to keep this one because I have a recipe for the next trip, so let's see if we can catch a few more. Well, that's some progress already. Pretty good, Santi. And as always, the Korean line, effective with mass, with bait made of who knows what. Well, let's go look for another one, see if the size of the fish improves. Well, we warmed up a bit again because the dew was falling in that spot and everything was wet. Let's warm up a bit, stoke the fire, and then we'll go back to casting. Look, I want to show you this, since I was telling you about the topic of the rotten one. This is water with bleach. We always bring it when we take bait. Towards the bad condition. It helps prevent the smell from sticking. Apply this each time you bait. The bleach removes the odor. Well, the idea is to remove all the meat from the catfish so we can make a meal. Obviously, this isn't enough yet, but it's adding up. Well, friends, another one. In this case, a little yellow one is just that. Well, 2 varieties. So far, so good. It's 2:30 a.m. and very cold. Guido, it's really noisy. What do you think? It's really noisy. I'm already getting scared, so let's just go. The panto is very nice, but we'll talk about it in another episode. Will he hear? I don't know, but let's go. Well, friends, it's a little past 2. We managed to get that last species, and we'll save it for the next episode. As always, thank you all for being part of this. And in this case, if you like the series, leave a like so we can come back and do a third part. Somewhere. We're leaving and there's a lot of noise. We'll explain it properly in another video, but it's crazy. It's terribly cold. See you next time, everyone. Guido and I are freezing. We're staying here. A lot of dew, a lot of cold. Look, friends. I don't want to forget to tell you about the opportunity you have to win 1 or 2 of these fishing kayaks. In our raffle group, look, we've already given away more than 10 of these.